Pagpalang kabundukan, kami sana'y kukupin. Payabungin mo ang buhay sa tiwangwang na bukidin. Kami hukbong ang patnubay ay matapat na hangarin. Sa gitara at gatilyo, pasibulin ang mithi. Pagpalang kabundukan, kami ay kalingain. Mga pagal na katawan, haplusin mo ng hangin. Sa tuyot na lalamunan, ang batis mo'y paglandasin. Tanglawan ng puso't diwa kapag dinalaw ng dilim. Mapagpalang bundok, walang hanggang bukal ng aming hininga. Sa pusod mo nagmumula ang buhay ng magsasaka. Palang kabundukan, kami iyong dinggin. Sariling kasaysayan, nais namin likhain. Pairalin ang hustisya, puring api ay hanguin. Pagliyabin ang tagumpay sa dulo ng aming baril.
This bag here is for export. It's sent to us by the people who want it made.
Where do the materials come from?
Kinukuha nila sa pabrika.
From a factory.
Kumukuha sa kanila ng mga ganito.
Para magtrabaho. Magkano ba yung...
How much do you get paid for one bag?
Magkano?
7 pesos.
7 pesos. Di, kung sa US dollar...
In US currency, that would be only 35 cents.
Yung bang pabrikang...
Where does the factory take these bags?
Nadala yung itong mga ganitong bag.
I think they export them to other countries. And there they are sold for a much higher price.
Pero ang aldaw man...
How long does it take you to finish a basket?
Bakit na bago mahaman?
Sometimes, if we work straight through, 1 day. But if we stop once in a while, maybe 1.5 days.
Ining araw ka ni ka...
You can finish this difficult work in 1 day?
If we persevere.
Sa sarong aldaw na yan, kapag wala ka ibang gigibuhon.
Why do you do this difficult work?
Siguro po kaya kami napipili.
The reason why we are forced to do it is because even though we aren't paid much, it helps a little in our daily life.
Pwede na rin makatulong sa pagkabuhay, sa maaaring mga bibilin.
Why did you want to join the revolutionary movement? Why do you want to be a full-time NPA?
Gusto ko rin mag-full-time.
I want to join so I can be of help to the Filipino people
Yung Pilipino na katulad namin.
who just like us are suffering,
At sa aking sarili din. At sa mga
especially the women.
katulad sa mga babae.
I got interested in joining the movement because I could see people being oppressed.
Nag-aapi ba? Hanggang sa bata pa nga ako, naginip ako na gusto kong...
When I was a child, I imagined climbing the mountains. I dreamt that I was with the comrades.
Mga kasama, ganyan.
Why did you have that dream?
Kasi...
Because I was really interested in joining the comrades.
Yung ano ko,
It was my ambition, my dream.
Ko na, ganyan. Pangarap ko kasi. Nakapasok ako sa Kilusan.
It was my decision to join and become a full-timer in the movement because that was my dream.
Ako pumasok o mag-full-time dito sa Kilusan. Dahil yun,
Nobody urged me to go full-time. It was really my own decision.
Kayat na para mag-full-time. Sarili ko talaga ang
Now that your daughter has chosen to be a full-time NPA regular, how do you feel?
I said to her, it's her own decision. If that's what she wants, why not? But I am a little bit nervous.
Why?
Because yesterday, there was a practice action here. When they shouted cover, I became nervous.
How did you know about the movement?
I knew about it through my parents. My parents were the ones who raised my awareness. And of course, the comrades.
Is your father a revolutionary?
Yes.
Why is that?
Kasi alam nila
Because they know the movement can really help the poor.
mahirap. Tumutulong sila sa mga mahirap yan.
Ako na ka muna ay. Kumusta tayo?
What can you say, Nay, now that your son is joining the NPA?
It's okay.
This shows that your son is really prepared to make sacrifices for the interests of the people, not only for the people now, but for the future generations. How many of you are going full-time?
Only 2.
You're the leader, and who else?
This one here also.
How old are you?
19.
Our parents must be prepared because anytime their children may want to go full-time for the NPA, they should not stop them because that's their right. They can see that at present, the solution of our problem is in fighting.
Ipaglaban talaga. Patun! Manay! Betul kanan. Hah?
Mga kasama, arog kayo ni.
So, comrades, we are now training. The importance of this to us is that we are being trained in military work because we are the primary organization of the party, which could defeat the enemy. We are the regular force in this field of work. The importance of our training is for us to have the expertise to fight the fascist military.
Aldrin, how did you join the NPA? What was the process of your joining?
Pagsali mo sa bagong hukbong bayan.
First, when the comrades came to our village, they gathered and meet with the tenants. I was in there too.
Pulong nila so mga tinanti. Kunya na isabay ako dumaan.
After they had given us some education, the basic mass course, I was given an orientation. I was asked to recruit other youth to be included in the organization.
Ako si Archie.
Archie,
Nag-iedad ng
16 years old.
16 years old. Ako naman pala si
My name is Remy.
Remy. May edad naman ako
I'm
ngayon
20.
ng 20. Ako naman si
My name is Chan. I'm 24.
24. Dito sa
So, mga pare
So we're all very young.
Nakita naman sa mga ano. Ngayon yung
What
kwan nyo ba,
social
yung
class do you come from?
Mga pinanggalingan yung uri. Maaari nyo bang ilahad?
Pwede naman. Pwede rin. Kami sa uri ng
I'm from a family of poor peasants.
Nasa uri ng maralitang magsasaka.
We make our living as peasants.
Isang magsasaka. Nabubuhay sa pagsasaka.
My parents are poor peasants.
Kami ng maralitang magsasaka.
Sige. Dapa. Dapa. Dapa na. Dumapa na dyan baka tulay. Dumapa na dyan. Dumapa na dyan.
When you were still civilians, what were your impressions of the NPA?
Anong impression niyo?
Murderers. That's the impression spread by the military.
Nalalaman talaga namin.
We learned it from the news.
Kahit saan sa ano.
Everywhere we heard that NPAs were bad people,
Yung mga NPA.
that they abuse women and cut their heads off people,
Kababayan.
even though these people have not committed any crime.
Tao. Na kahit wala namang kasalanan, pinapatay raw nila.
They call them terrorists.
Sabi nga terorista.
Sige. Kung nasa abitan pa, buyo doon. Tanggalin ang paki na buyo doon. Dapat lang. Barang. Baging, dakwok! Dakwok, dakwok, dakwok! Sige, bilis-bilis eh. Oh, dali. Bilis-bilis Dante.
Kapali, why did you join the New People's Army?
Because I have seen that we are being oppressed. I am also a farmer who's a victim of too much oppression, especially by the military, the government. We experience it. That's why I joined the NPA.
Namatian mo yan, kaya ako naglaw gid sa.
Another thing, my father just disappeared, and we don't know if he's dead, but I believe the military did it. This is one reason why I joined the movement. My parents didn't really want me to join the NPA. My mother even chased me when I went to the Comrades. She was crying.
Kaya ko sa Kasama, tapos umiiyak siya.
Ang komba, ano bang bakit?
Did they have a political reason for trying to stop you joining?
Ano bang political na pagtingin ng iyong mga magulang?
Kasi gusto nila,
They are not against the
hindi naman
movement.
sila kumukontra sa kilusan, ganyan.
They were even the ones first contacted by the Comrades.
Tapos sila pa ang unang na...
One of the reason is that they were afraid I might die. They were afraid I might find it too difficult since they know the sacrifices of the NPA.
Takot sila na mahirapan ako masyado. Dahil alam nila na sakripisyado talaga ang hukbo.
Sige, side roll! Sige! O, buhat! Takbo! Bangon! Sige, sige. Ikot. Lukso!
Ano na yung pambaya siya? Aling dyan. Mabuta? Hindi, nabukin baya.
Baba! Ha! Ganang balikat! Ha! Baba! Ha! Harap sa likod! Ha! Tumiwalag! Go!
Marriage in the party is a serious matter that needs serious preparation on the part of the comrades concerned and their respective units.
Nais magpakasal ng mga kasama di sa loob ng partido.
We will now discuss briefly the story of the relationship of Ka Sande and Ka Jesa.
Ang mga kasaysayan ni Ka Jesa at Ka Sande.
It all started when Ka Sande visited his barrio on December 26, 1984. Ka Jesa regrouped to the comrades to inform them about the presence of an enemy patrol. They met and became acquainted and talked about each other. In the end, the party approved the marriage inside the party. So we are here, comrades, to witness the formal marriage of Ka Sande and Ka Jesa.
We of our own free will decide to be married today. As members of the party, we wholeheartedly pledge to fulfill our tasks in the revolution and will strive hard to advance it.
Sa revolusyon at puspusang pagsisikap upang ito'y isulong. Nanunumpa kami.
We pledge to fulfill our obligations to each other and respect each other's rights as provided by the policy of the party concerning marriage.
Alinsunod sa mga tuntunin ng partido tungkol sa kasal. Kami ay nanunumpa.
We pledge that neither of us will be an impediment to the overall interests of the revolution and the Filipino people.
Ng revolusyon at ng mamamayan.
Sabos-sabos, bangon, alipin ang buto. Katarungan bulkan sa sabos, sa muling pag-uugong. Kapunang kahaboy laguting, tayong aking magkaligwat. Tayo'y ngayon inalipin, subalit atin ang
Civilian pa ako, wala pa.
Before, there were no NPAs in our town. There was still no word about them.
Buong bayan na to, wala pang balita na may NPA. Nauuso yung
Squabbles between barrios were only natural, like personal grudges. For example, if one member of our barrio went to another barrio, he was beaten and sometimes killed.
Tapos, pag napunta yung mga
on my part,
sa ibang baryo,
I had the idea of having some brotherhood among my barrio mates to effectively fight against other barrios.
Magkaroon ng isang opinion para magtulungan ba? Kung paano lumaban.
I organized them and we had our own gang.
Tapos inorganisa ko sila, nagkaroon kami ng samahan. Mula nung dumating ang hukbo siya.
Now that the NPAs are here, the fighting has stopped. The squabbles have ended.
Natigil na yung banggaan sa baryo.
Napasagin sa Bolino ka po, nagsuruntukan.
Nagsuruntukan.
Pagkabot ko nun yung baso, bakit? Nagasap na. Pagkabot ko nun kaya ba? Tupaw ko sa nagasap na.
Comrades, how is it possible for such a big group of NPA to move around the villages without the enemy knowing it?
They never suspect them because the people here are organized. They really know that their army is around.
Whenever the NPAs are in the zones or the villages, the people help them, especially if there's a report of military patrols. They send messages to comrades.
What changes have you noticed now that the NPAs are here?
Marayan nabatian ko rananing
I feel good about it. There's no more theft, no more lost animals.
Nawaraning karabaw and manok.
Our chickens and also our vegetables no longer disappear.
What do you think of the enemy forces, the military?
What I see is their abuses.
Abuso, darasan niya sa...
They drink too much.
Tapos,
and they have 2 or more wives.
Agom.
May pagkakaiba yan. There is a big difference because the NPA is serving the people and is disciplined and fights for its principles.
Tapos, ang malaking
there is huge mass support for the NPA.
Sa kabila,
on the other hand, the enemy army are just working for a wage. They are serving only their superiors, unlike the NPA who look after the broad masses of the people.
Nagsisilbi ini para sa kapakanan ng sambayanan ng malawak na masa.
Nay, what do you feel when comrades come here to your house?
When they get here, we are very much at ease. We are not scared or anything. We just get on with our work normally. We usually just continue what we are doing.
What kind of support do you give them?
We accommodate them. Whatever we can offer, we give them. We support them in any way we can. They treat us well. That is why we want to treat them well also.
Could you tell us some of your personal experiences with the NPA?
I am not in a position to tell you that because I have not yet joined them. When they pass here, we always have a good talk.
Babaihan ay sobrang inaapi sa lipunan.
If men are oppressed, women are doubly oppressed.
Limang doble ang kababaihan inaapi na 10 doble
Ayaw natin na maapi.
We shouldn't put up with it. We have to fight for our rights as women. Women have the courage and the ability to play a full part in the revolution.
What are the hardships you encounter inside the movement?
Discipline, and your desire to eradicate your old attitudes and behavior.
Why is discipline so important?
We are attempting to be the models in the community. We are the people implementing discipline. The other thing is, we need education for us to easily understand the disciplinary policies.
What happens to comrades breaking discipline?
For example, a comrade who violates a policy would be given just disciplinary action that would serve as a lesson for others. But it depends on the violation that one commits.
Canton, what was your offense?
I punched a peasant.
How did it happen?
Because I was not able to contain my anger. He was beating his sister, so I tried to stop him. He was drunk. He got angry. I just held him like this, but he said that I grabbed him. After that, he began tongue-lashing me, saying that if you're an MTA, just mind your work and stop interfering in our business. He provoked me. I even told him, friend, you know, even though I have principles that I try to hold on to, and we have policies to follow, I can still be angry. I told him that I can do what he wants me to do. He wanted me to do it, so I did it.
Punched him?
Yes. Now, comrades, the importance of our meeting tonight is to hand down to you the decisions about Antol's case. The local party branch found that he committed a violation against a peasant. He struck a civilian and toted his gun. The military sector branch decided that he be given 6 months suspension as a party member, and for 6 months, he will not be allowed to carry firearms.
Why is it considered such a grave offense when he just punched someone?
Because the NPA should serve the interests of the people. So striking a peasant and pointing a gun at him is a grave offense.
Do you accept the disciplinary action?
As a member of the party, I accept the decision. I'll still continue my work. After my disciplinary action is finished, I'll continue my work in the revolution.
What support do you give the comrades?
We give them coconuts, vegetables, and we let them live in our house.
Why are you supporting the comrades?
We are supporting them because we are starving, so they can help us with our difficulties.
Do you believe in the cause they are fighting for?
We believe in them.
Can you explain why you believe in them?
I can't. The NPA might be angry with me.
Nay, what do you feel when you see women comrades?
I am very happy when I see women comrades because I have someone to talk to.
Parang mayroon man akong nakausip.
Do you think the NPAs in your area help you?
Yes, they help us. The rustlers or bad elements are eliminated.
Nung pumunta ako sa bayan,
when I got back from town, my water buffalo was lost. My children told me.
Anak ko. Ngayon, 2 araw tinanong
I asked them how long they had been searching. Then even though they had been searching for 2 days, I still searched for my buffalo.
Pagdating ko rito, naghanap na nga ako.
After 2 days of searching, I still could not find it. And I went to see Romel.
Nagpunta ako roon kay Romel.
I asked for some help. Comrade Romel is the president of our organization in the village. He answered that he would do all he could to help. He sent letters to comrades all around the villages in the area.
Katulad natin. Lahat-lahat na baryo, pinakalatan niyang sulat.
The buffalo has marks and it can easily be identified.
Nakakuha ng kalabaw,
that is why it was bought by one of our comrades inside the organization.
Kasama natin na posterin.
It's confirmed that the buffalo stopped by the NPA unit there is the lost animal. It was proved by the marks identified by the owner. That's right. You're certain that it is really yours? Yes, I even patted my buffalo on the back saying, I miss you. Are you sure it's Braulio who took your buffalo? Because from the information I got there, it was Braulio who brought the buffalo to Romy, his brother. It is Romy who delivered it to Mayon. What we will do now is confront the perpetrator, and we can now tell the village captain that based on our investigations, they are the ones who committed the theft.
May kagawa ng nasabing nakawat.
Wadi itong pelikula natin.
Tao po.
Lahat ng tao rito eh. Oh? Tahimik eh.
No one, not a soul. Even the children are not here.
They were here the other day, weren't they?
The wife was here. Yes, we want to talk to her to ask her to tell her husband if he comes that we want to talk to him.
Instead of running, why did you give yourself up?
I came here because I committed a crime. It happened in Dunsol on the eve of the fiesta, Sunday the 18th, and we gambled. When we left the gambling house, we had very little money left. And then he told me we would get Imos buffalo.
So then you plan to steal it?
Hindi, ito, nagagi kami.
Natin pigistorya na nila na.
I asked him if he could get away with it. He told me we could because we would be taking it to his brother. He planned it for 3 weeks.
Now, for example, what if we forgive you?
I'll swear I'll never do it again.
You will no longer do it?
I will never do what I've done.
Maybe you're just saying that because you are in front of us.
You will still be here. You will know for sure if I do it again.
So why did you run away from the comrades at first?
I ran because Baloy told me never to let myself be captured alive. I swear I'll never do another bad thing.
What are the marks you are talking about?
Ito ang puyo.
This one. This 4.
Ano pa ho?
At saka isa dito. At saka sa tiyan isa.
Before you committed the theft, what did you think of the NPA? Were you scared of them?
I was, but I had to surrender.
Do you accept that what you did is wrong?
Yes. It's good that this happened, that they have many NPAs here, because I will have to stop my gambling.
Why do you have fast justice? Why do you do this?
We really do it in the interest of the people so that crimes like this will be eliminated here. So, actually we act on it. Whatever goes on in these cases, we solve it.
Would this case have been solved if the NPA was not around?
Hindi.
No, it would not have been solved.
Kung wala ang pagtutulungan natin.
Without the coordination of the NPA, we could not have stopped my buffalo from being sold outside the district.
Sigurado ngang makakalabas.
The essence of the revolutionary agrarian program is to protect the peasantry, who are the lifeblood of our society but who in return experience extreme suffering.
We start revolutionary agrarian work by giving orientation, educating the people, and organizing the peasants to negotiate with the landlord.
Kung paano ang pagkumprontan ninda sa sarong asimbero.
Para mag-alsa sila.
So they will rise and confront the landlord.
Sarong landlord.
Manoy, the landlord is here. That's good. We can talk to him. Let's go. There's a meeting today. We are confronting the landlord. We came here because now is your chance to talk to the landlord.
Maka-istorya sa atin na amo.
On what subject? About our demands that we've wanted to tell him about for a long time. Today, we are meeting here because we need to face the landlord who has been oppressing us for a long time. Now we have to give him our demands. We will tell him today that our present problems need to be resolved.
Solusyon ang presente ang problema ta. Ano po ang mga
First, we need to talk about our demands.
Na bilang mga tumatao ni Among.
For the coconut farmers, what are your demands? Our demand in the coconut land is to change the sharing system. At present, it's 1/3, 2/3 in favor of the landlord. We have to change this system. It should be 1/3, 2/3 in favor of the tenants.
Dito naman po sa mga paratanam sa kamote rin.
For the rice farmers, what are your demands?
Ano man po ang sa atin na mga kagudan na dapat man sa parayan sa
Concerning the irrigated rice fields, instead of 2/3 for the landowner and 1/3 for the farmer, the inverse, 2/3 for the farmer and 1/3 for the landlord.
usad sa proprietaryo.
But the cost of production should be taken out first.
Gustong sabi yun,
So you're saying 1/3, 2/3 in favor of the farmers, but it's the net income which will be divided.
luwasan gastos.
So you take out the cost of production before dividing according to the sharing scheme.
Balancing kuan, irasan.
Does everybody agree with these demands? Yes. If we go to the landlord with our demands, what if he tells the military? What will happen to us?
Iyan, hindi tayan kanyaning problema.
That would not be a problem because we have the NPA behind us. We have an issue we would like to discuss with you. To negotiate with the landlord. Our organization is already strong. The problem we want resolved in the negotiation is the 1/3, 2/3 sharing scheme. At present, the sharing is in his favor. Our demand is that it should favor the tenants. Of course, that is what you should do, so you can have an added income as tenants. Because we do all the work and yet our share is very small. That is what's happening. Leftovers is all you'll get. The landlord who is not working gets the bigger share. And you're the ones getting tired, while we're the ones making the sacrifices. There's the heat, the sweat. We still have to shoulder all the costs. And then the big share of our produce goes to the landowner. We who are working very hard get very little.
That's why on your part, you are really suffering. Though you try hard to better your lives, because of so much oppression from the landlord, you still end up suffering, right?
That's right. That's what we think. If you confront the landlord, is your organization strong enough to handle the negotiations? Concerning our organization in the village, it's okay. That's why we are confronting the landlord, because we are already strong. We have something to ask you. In the negotiation, don't mention the NPA. This is for security reasons. So you have to avoid taking risks, okay?
Another thing, could we suggest that when you negotiate with the landlord, you do it with a sense of urgency? Show that it's very important to you. Don't tell him that the NPA is involved in all this. Act as if the NPAs don't know about the negotiation.
But if he sends for the military, then we will send for you. And whatever is the result of the negotiation, you will know about it also.
You want me to just agree to what you want. I will not agree. If you don't want the current sharing system, then go.
If we will just open our minds, we the tenants are doing all the work. We are also the ones shouldering the cost, and it affects us a lot. That is why we want to tell you our problems, hoping that you could find solutions.
I can do what I want because I'm the owner. You want to put me, the owner, in a lower position. That's not right. If that is what you want, then it's better if there is no tenant, because I will be greatly affected by what you want to happen. You get your supplies from me, and you'll just give me 1/3, so you'll have 2/3 for yourselves. I cannot agree to that.
If that is what you want, then nobody will work inside your hacienda. If a scab gets inside your hacienda, you will be responsible for it.
So what is this negotiation all about? I thought you were here to make compromises. You just want to take what you want. You're just forcing me to agree.
Our demand is just and fair. What we want is that we, the tenants, and you, the landlord, have a fair and just relationship. It must be fair sharing, so that the poor will not be poorer and poorer. That is why we have the revolution, because of the suffering of the majority of the people.
I'll have to think about your demands. I'll just inform you if I do agree.
Mandi, what happened in your negotiations with the landlord?
In the 2 days of our confrontation, he agreed to our demands.
The organization demanded it. They want 50% of the products.
We are very pleased, because at least we'll have an additional income.
What was it that made you agree?
Because it's their demand. I pity them. It's what they wanted.
What gains are you making with this communal plot?
What we gain in this project is additional income. The NPA helped us to start this project in order to fulfill the needs of the people and the People's Army.
The importance of the socio-economic projects is that they can support the rising cost of the army, which we need in fighting. And also it is a training ground for the people to get used to collective work.
Pagpapaano sa masa, sa sama-samang paghiro ng masa. Sa lupain sa dito, wala nang may-ari.
These lands have no owner. They have been donated or abandoned. It is through the help of the people.
Sa pamamagitan yan sa tulong ng masa.
Kariko, what is this project?
Fish pond.
What are its objectives?
The objective of this project is to help the people and the comrades.
Sagkod sa kasama. Nilinabi ang sabihaw. Awat. Hallelujah. Animatic bakit? Kadakon sa lang ka.
In finance, the organization has put up certain policies about sharing. For example, 70, 20, 10, 10% to the overseer of the fish pan, 70% to the people who help in the project, and 20% for the fund of the organization.
Our participation to help the NPA and the people is farming, cooking, raising animals and chickens, so we can have something to help the organization.
Para ngayon man kami katabang sa masasagod sa mga po.
Okay, now we are going to the evaluation of our cooperative fish pond project. What positive aspects have you seen about our implementation of the program of the cooperative fish pond? We have achieved our target as provided for in our program. We have seen that all the members of the cooperative 100% help to develop our fish pan.
Ang positibo natin mga kasama na itong ginagampanan natin itong
The positive aspect is that we were all able to create a fish pan.
Dagdag ng mga
all of us also receive our share of the produce we get from it.
Lahat tayo nagtulong-tulong bilang sasamahan nito natin sa ating
we all help and work as a collective.
Kooperatiba.
We no longer need to go to town just to buy fish because our produce is plentiful and it will be an added income to us. It will hopefully also result in the progress of our farmers' organization in the village.
Have you had experiences that were difficult for you?
Meron. Ang naging karanasan kan
My experience concerning my family.
Ang ama ko. Dahil
For example, my father was tortured by the military.
Ano ba yung paano nabugbog?
He was hit with the butt of an Armalite. What happened in our barrio was that the men were rounded up by the military. They rounded them up because they were suspected of being NPAs.
nila na ang mga tao daw doon mga NPA.
I have 5 children.
Where are they now?
With the peasants looking after them.
Are they in good care?
Yung 4 of the children are in good care. I'm not sure of the other one because he was taken away by the military when he was just 2 months old. Some comrades had an encounter with the military in the house of the person who was looking after my child. He was gunned down by the enemy. Then they took my son.
So you haven't yet recovered your son?
Hindi pa.
Not yet.
Siguro
He would be 8 years old now.
8 taon na ang bata. Hindi pa nakukuha.
I cope with it through my work.
Trabaho.
I concentrate all my attention on my work to forget it.
Takbo!
Hindi na ba? Oo. Ilang kilometro dito? Mga 1 kilometro pa yata yun.
Ano yung nangyari ka?
Andiyan na yung kan, hinihintay namin.
Ha?
Andiyan na?
Oo.
Sige.
Is it the undercover agent?
Yes, it's him. It's the intelligence agent we told you about.
What's that?
Military uniform.
Is that the intelligence agent?
Yes.
Sige. Tapos yan. Ngayon,
Now you told us that you are in the military. That is the reason we arrested you.
kung bakit dinakip ka.
Yes, I am in the military.
Sino yung
What is your name?
Bonifacio Gomez. Saan ka na?
Where do you live?
Sa Sugong Kamaligalban.
You mean you're with Malulot paramilitary?
Military dito ka na.
That's where you are assigned?
Yes,
What was your task at the start?
Yun na nga.
to be an informer.
Informer intelligence agent.
Sa panahon
As an intelligence agent, where were you assigned?
Doon sa bayan ng Tinurungan, Minadong Hall, tapos Singaroy, tsaka Buracan. Ilang buwang kang...
How long were you an informer in those villages?
From 1984 to 1985.
You mean to say you were an informer for a year? In that period, were you able to get NPA arrested?
Mayroon nga
I did. 4.
What are their names?
Yung unang
The woman we captured was Kabiring.
Si Kabiring. Yung lalaki naman.
The man was Kaeloy.
Oh. Tapos, sinunda naman yun.
And the others occurred 9 months later.
So after you captured 4, you got others arrested 9 months later?
Si Rogelio Dacuco, alias Carohel, saka si Milben, na Panty yata ang apelyido nila, alias Ben. Yun.
Who was your commanding officer when you were in the intelligence group?
Si Francisco de Sosa.
Francisco de Sosa.
Oo. Saka si Eulalio Mabana, doon na lang ako nagre-report sa kanila.
Anong taon ka nag-training?
1970.
Bakit ka nagtatrabaho?
Why did you join the military?
Kasi, pumasok naman ako ng...
I only joined the military because I thought I would be of service to the government.
Gobyerno. Pangalawa, ang alam namin, ang NPA.
Secondly, we knew that the NPA had to be crushed because the NPA was the enemy of the military.
What was your impression of the NPA?
Tingin ko noon sa NPA,
I thought the NPA was the enemy of the military because the military said that these revolutionaries were terrorists.
Natawag na terorista. Talagang kalaban sila ng military.
They were really the opponents of the military, the soldiers of the other side. We saw them as the enemy.
Alam namin, sila talaga may na kalaban. Sa ngayon, namulat na ako sa panig.
Now, I am aware that the NPA is not really the enemy of the military because they are just fighting for the principles and interests of the poor.
Tinataguyod nila ang mamahirap.
Ayun, titibayin natin yung kaso.
Now we are going to review the case of Bonifacio.
Ngayon, ang kanyang kaso,
He has committed a lot of crimes. Based on his confessions and the result of our interrogation,
maraming kaso. Unang-una,
first, he is a member of the CHDF. Then he joined the intelligence service and is responsible for the capture of 4 comrades.
Yung mga datos natin.
Have the charges been proved?
Na konkretong datos ba yan?
Ito ang...
It's the truth. We even sent somebody to investigate.
Hanggang sa nagpasiyasat pa tayo. Nagpasuri sa konkretong kalagayan.
What other crimes has he committed?
Sumama siya sa ano.
He's involved in a number of torture killings.
Palaging...
He was always the guide of military operations here in Albay.
Dito sa Albay.
Did he confess to this?
Yes, he confessed.
We are here because of the intelligence agent Bonifacio. We have to decide what to do with him, release him or give him the death penalty. I don't want him to be freed. I'm afraid of them because they are fingering people who support the revolution. And they are killing people.
Night and day, I'm afraid. In fact, I always sleep in my relative's house. So we should not release him. After arresting him, why should we release him? We will be the ones affected by it.
We should give him the death penalty. My husband was denounced by an informer. He was arrested and beaten up. He was punched in the head and in the chest. He dropped on the concrete floor and fainted. After that, he died. The military cannot operate inside the zones without their guides, like the informers. So we should punish them with that because if we don't, it would affect the people.
Dahil nangani dyan sa ginigibo niya. Kaya ining informer, pag nadakop ta,
so considering this informer and the crimes he has committed, it is just that we sentence him to death.
Naparusahan ta siya ning kagadanan.
Comrades, could you tell us about some of the hardships?
Yung mailalahad ninyo sa ano to? Katulad mo kami, ano bang may malaking sakripisyo na?
The greatest sacrifice I found hard to accept was the death of my husband.
Katulad namin, itong pagkamatay ng aking asawa. Nasa armado siya.
He was in a fighting unit in the company. They launched an ambush in Sorsogon, but the enemy reinforcement pushed them back. So they retreated. They retreated by a boat at sea. There, the boat capsized because of strong winds. He drowned there along with other comrades. 3 comrades died in that accident.
How did you feel when you first learned of your husband's death?
I felt like darkness engulfed me.
Was it difficult to continue fighting?
No, I did not retreat. Despite the pain, I was able to overcome it because comrades comforted me, gave me advice, helped lift up my morale. So I was able to overcome this sad experience.
Sakripisyo na naranasan ko. Batay naman duman.
And also I managed to keep to our principles.
Inaputan kan sarong kasama na hindi kayang
no one could break us away from that.
Maigo po.
Kulang pa lang sa sus. Kulang ka to. Pwede na.
Kira ka ba?
Meron ako ng manggano. Kaya meron ako. Para cek ang peneriksyon.
Ano yan ka?
Para dapat ya. Ha? Ayo Pak. Saya ini pekerjaan.
Buyakan po. Iya.
Nasa naloko barang istipo dyan. Nawala man diretsyo. Rukado barang. Kaya mo ba yan? Ay. Yan ang baby.
Top 5. Yes. So just turn side on. I mean, some adjustments. Look there, laugh.
Tawa daw ka po. Ngayon ka tumawa.
Ano na? Kuwan na.
Kuwan na tayo mo.
Ay, di ba mga kuwan mo mga kasin? Alam mo mga kasin mo. Saya beli sana.
Oh, daw may mga kasin.
Hati pangkat. Ang kanaganigan taktikal na opensiba, kuya saro niya na parang maglunsad niya.
The importance of tactical offensives is to get more arms and strengthen our forces.
Sa mga sunod na mga bubuo ng mga unit, kulang pa mga
We will be forming other units, and so we need more weapons in order to serve the people.
Oh, depende na sa mandukan ng squad leader ni Dukinuno. Sama.
Ano ba yung nararamdaman mo?
What do you feel when an offensive is coming?
Talagang sa pagpaplano pa lang.
For me, just going there, I feel scared. I'm also nervous.
Nararamdaman ko na rin. Nakakatakot rin. Parang kumakaba rin.
You feel that today?
Hindi ganyan.
No, that happened before.
Ngayon, dahil sa pasunod-sunod na karanasan na.
Now, because of my past experience, I can make myself relax. I can concentrate. I'm not nervous anymore.
Concentrate ko na. Nai-relax ko na, mawala na yung kababa. Ano ka, Larry? Anda ka na sa...
Larry, are you ready for our coming tactical offensive? I'm ready. So now you're prepared. Yes.
Bilang medical officer ng Koy, siyempre, nangangabarin na baka ng maraming...
As a medical officer of the company, I'm a bit nervous because there might be injured comrades or even dead. That is why at the planning stage of the operation, I usually make it a point to tell them of the complications, that maybe comrades will get hurt.
Maraming mga pinsala sa kasama. Ano ba yung nararamdaman mo halimbawa?
How do you feel when you are administering medical aid and you see dead comrades?
Actually, I become strong-willed because that is my obligation to the company. And because even though I have my limitations and my weaknesses, I have to apply all my knowledge and skills.
How many tactical offensives have you been on?
This is my second.
How do you feel?
I feel good because we're not in the actual fighting now.
Masaya naman ang namatian ko. Dahil hindi pa naman siya aktual. Yung itong nakaagi.
Were you nervous the last time?
Yung makita namin yung kayawal pa.
Yes, when I first saw the enemy.
Maano man ang... Hindi ka ba natatakot?
Aren't you afraid to die?
Kasi ang pagkamatay kaya natin kapag puminasok dito sa revolution.
No, because when we joined the revolution, we already accepted the possibility in the interest of the people.
Kapakanan ng mamayan.
We should decide where to position. In my opinion, the first squad should position here. There are lots of trees here. This is where we position the troops. We can start our assault here. While some are firing here, the others can pass through here. I think it would be better because the comrades will not be hit by the crossfire. If possible, the first squad should position here. So if the firing starts there, they can get in here easily. If you concentrate the machine gun, they will be pinned down. Right. And then the third squad can grab the position. We are going to raid this place because they have committed lots of crimes. They tortured and killed members of the organization, our key people. We want to force the troops out. The local people are very angry with these enemy troops because they harass, arrest, and torture the members of our people's organizations around the detachment. The owner is a warlord. These are her private army. We have talked to her already, but she won't listen. She's even more strict here to her tenants now. She's been oppressing them more, and she gets those against her killed.
Lalong ginipit, saka yung kumukontra sa kanila, pinapapatay.
Ang gabustang ba yan? Ang gabus na pwersa?
Will we be using all our troops here?
No. We will be dividing the troops because we are going to launch another operation.
May isa pang operasyon.
Along with this.
Garo kombinasyon.
Ini.
Yan. Ngayon, ang gigibuon ta dyan.
It's a combination. What we'll be doing first is to create a condition that will make the enemy come here.
Lumog mo ng kayo waligli. Ang makuha natin dito,
we can get the arms from the enemy coming here. What we will face here are the reinforcements going over there. So we can only make the ambush if police platoon can raid the detachment. These are two coordinated operations.
Ito, magkaugnay sa kayong operasyon nila pala.
Bawa. Oo. May napagalo ka? Ha? Turun ta? Sige, iwan na kayo namin dyan, kabing.
At sinabi ako na yung mga kasama na pupunta ng baril papunta ron dito.
Roger. Karipok na skip ka. Urutan dyan ini oper lang tadi.
Laban. Jadi pun kurang pun Tubig lang. Yes, water lang. Hindi nga. Dito, pwede na ba?
Nil, wala tayo Nil, wala sa kita. Mga sarap na? Hindi ko tayo sa Sinaibaga. Malita? Malita kayo.
Ngayon, bago simulan doon sa...
But before we start with the assessment of the platoon, let's get back to the map so we can point to the comrades where the truck stopped.
Kaisa tayo kung saan napatigil yung auto, yung truck.
Napin down ang sasakyan.
The truck was pinned down in the firing line. It stopped right here. Here, right where platoon 3 is. And then it moved here. This point. This is where we cleaned it up.
Negatibo.
Negative. Platoon 3 left their position without the command of the company CO. Their reason for leaving was they went along with Platoon 2 and helped in maneuvering the injured comrade.
Ladies outside. For the color.
Positibo, una.
Positive.
Naka-cleaning ng
1. 27 high-powered rifles were captured. 2. The participation and coordination of the teams formed. Propaganda team, lookout, blocking force was good.
Signal pair at iba pa. 3.
3. The injured comrade was carried out. All in all, the 3 platoons coordinated well.
Partisipasyon at koordinasyon ng 3 platoon.
Our military operations will continue until the people get fundamental changes. The armed struggle will continue as long as peaceful means are impossible. The armed struggle will not succeed without the support of the people. The military and the ruling class are now even fiercer in their attacks against the people than they were the whole time Marcos was in power. That is why, in this situation, the people are prepared to sacrifice and develop new strategies to counter the attacks.
What if the US intervenes?
They could defeat us only if they used nuclear arms. In that way, they could wipe out the entire Filipino people.
The US could not defeat us?
No way, because we are supported by the majority of the Filipino people.
We firmly believe that whatever happens, the revolution will succeed because this is the will of the people. This is a people's war.
Pagpalang kabundukan, kami iyong dinggin. Sariling kasaysayan, nais namin likhain. Pairalin ang hustisya, puring api ay hanguin. Pagliyabin ang tagumpay sa dunang maming baril.